How do you move stuff about in Audacity? Well, there are a number of different options depending on exactly what you need to do. Most of them involve, in varying degrees, the two tools here, which are the selection tool and the time shift tool. Now, if you click on the time shift tool, which I just have, then click on the area of audio you want to move, then you can move it backwards and forwards in time, to the right, forwards, and to the left, backwards. This is great if you want to move everything in one track, but it's not so great if you want to move a certain bit of a track. So there are a number of ways in which you can move different parts of the track. Now, the first is to do a copy and a paste. Now, a copy and a paste works just as it works in word processing or other programs. I select an area using the selection tool. There we are, we've selected the area. I press Control C, which is copy. Then I press Control V where I want to paste it. I can also paste it, of course, at the end or wherever I desire. And this is, well, this is left a gap here, and I can close that gap if I want to using the time shift tool, however I want to do it. In the same way that I do a copy and a paste, I can also do a cut and a paste. So again, I use the selection tool, select an area, I press Control X, that's Control X, and then I've cut, then I can paste it in the same way. Now you'll notice that when I did the cut, everything shifted to the left. Everything shifted backwards in time. The gap was closed. And in the same way, when I pasted, everything shifted to the right. Moved forwards in time. So if I don't want to do this shifting forwards in time when I paste, then to do this, I need to go to Edit, Preferences. That was Edit, Preferences. And then here to choose Tracks. And then I need to untick editing a clip can move other clips. So I've unticked that. And now you notice that when I paste, nothing moves. However, if I try to paste into an area where there's not enough space, or rather not enough time, then I get an error message. So both could be useful depending on exactly what you need to do. But what about if I want to cut an area without closing the gap and shifting everything from the right forward? Well, to do that, I'm going to need to do a split cut, which splits the track into separate clips whilst removing a section of it as well. So to do this, I select an area using my selection tool. I'll select this one here. I'll go to Edit. I'll go to Remove Special. And I'm going to choose Split Cut. And you notice as I've done that, the audio has been removed and the track has been split into separate clips. And again, I can paste that where I like. I can now, using the time shift tool, move this around as I see fit. And I can put it back there if I want to, or if I wanted to, I could put other audio there as well. A slightly more precise way to do this would be to create clip boundaries, and that would be to cut the track into different clips or cut an existing clip into more clips. So to do this, I would use the selection tool. I would click where I wanted to create my clip boundary, for instance here, and I can press Control I, or I can go to Edit, Clip Boundaries, Split. But I think it's probably easier just to remember Control I. I can choose another one here, Control I, and then using this time shift tool, I can move this about wherever I like, down here, across here, and so on. I can change the order of things. Now, as you'll notice, when you use this time shift tool, it only moves things up to the edge of the next clip. Then you get stuck. Now, this can be a problem, so you can solve this by joining these back together. And you join these back together just by clicking on them. So once they're touching, then you just click once on the gap. And this can be when you have the time shift tool selected or the selection tool selected. So once I've moved it all back together, then I can move everything again as one.